Hello everyone and welcome to this festive edition of EsraVision. Festive because this is the time of the year when Jews all over the world celebrate Rosh Hashana, the Jewish New Year. Years ago, people seemed to pick a career and stay with it till retirement. Nowadays, people seem to change more often, but it's unusual to leave a high-tech career for something like this.
I was fired from high-tech. I thought that I could stay in high-tech. I looked around. I saw the market change. I always had other things that I wanted to do. I was always very creative. And when I took the 5 minutes to figure out that what I really want to do is something completely different, I went for it. When I was younger, I would never have thought of doing this because there's a stigma to doing hair, to doing makeup. It's something that people that don't finish high school do. There's only two reactions. One, they're just insane and they can't believe that I've done this. And the other people that say, gee, I wish I could do that because I can't stand being in high tech or whatever it is they're doing. When I was growing up in the Bronx, I probably was about 4 years old. I used to do the hair for all my grandmother's friends. And I remember the smell of hairspray, which even to this day is something that's really cool. I have this, it's just a wonderful smell to me. It's like perfume. So there I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And at the end of the day, I decided this is my time. I'm going to study all that has to do with the beauty industry and get out of high tech. I took the courses that I needed to take and I studied. And at the end of the day, I got my diplomas. A few months after I started with the hair, I decided I also needed a makeup course, that I wanted to be able to do the makeup. If I was doing either someone's hair or somebody's wig, I should also be the one that does their makeup for weddings, for bar mitzvahs. And so what I did was I took a makeup course, and after about 9 months, I finished that course, put my diplomas up on the wall, made myself my own website, and did some business cards, and I opened up the salon in my own house. I've always been the coattail for so many of my friends, and now that I have them in my chair, I hear even more of their life stories. I hear everyone opens up when they're in the chair. It's something that it's pleasant for the clients. They get to look at themselves. It's therapy. When we talk about wigs and shaitlach and all, I have the wigs brought in from China, and I have a wig party, a shaitel party, which is actually an American concept, where I just bring in 20, 30 wigs, invite as many women as know about my business, and they try on any kind of wig that they want. They can look at all the wigs, they can try on anything, and there is no, they don't have to feel obligated to even buy anything. Obviously, I'd like them to buy. Wigs are not just for religious women, they're also for women that have different kinds of health problems. Most of the wigs that I sell are either from the Ukraine, the hair is from the Ukraine, or the hair is from Mongolia. And a wig like this can last for 10 years if it's taken care of. That looks lovely on you. Working with women, seeing the smile on their faces, seeing their brides that just don't have, the smile can't be wiped off their face after a bridal session, or women that have a wig that they've never been happy with, that I've restyled. It's just me and the ladies, and it's all up to me. If I can do it and they're happy, then I'm doing good.
Long, beautiful hair, shining, gleaming, steaming, flashing, waxing. Get me down to their hair, shoulder length or longer. Here, baby, there, mama, everywhere, daddy, daddy, hey. Blow it, show it, long as God can do my hair. Let it fly in the breeze and get...
Staying with jobs and careers, if you're seeking extra income or looking for reliable service, then take a look at the Hire for Hire website, as Maurice Singer explains. So Maurice, what's the story behind the Hire for Hire website?
There are many people in Israel that need to earn extra income to boost either their pension or their savings, or even to get, instead of getting a job. It's not always easy to get a job when you're over 50 and your Hebrew is weak. So the idea of the website is to provide an opportunity for these people to earn some extra cash. At the same time, there are a lot of people that are looking for help. Someone is arranging a function at their home and they need somebody to help them do the dishes or tidy up afterwards. Somebody else is distributing, someone is looking for someone to distribute flyers or something like that. So what we're trying to do is get service providers and users together.
And how are you implementing this initiative?
Well, together with Telfed, we've opened a website called Hire for Hire, where we're listing over 70 different occupations that people can do. Very often people don't know what they can do. They say, I'll do anything, or I don't know what to do. But we're thinking for them, and we're showing them all different categories they think. It could be walking the dog, it could be servicing a car, it could be small repairs, handyman, all sorts of different things. We've got their minds thinking for them.
And how much does it cost to register?
Well, if you happen to want to use the services, it's totally free, like looking up the yellow pages. But if you want to register, then it's less than a shekel a week to register. And for that registration, you're given 3 different options. In other words, you can choose 3 different categories of things that you offer.
What information would I have to put on this form? I mean, there may be information that I might not particularly want to add. What will you ask from me?
Very basic information, but what we have included, which I think is very important, is we're asking you for your language. Which languages do you speak and at what level? And we're also asking you where you're prepared to work. If you want to do babysitting, for example, and you're living in Ra'anana, there's no point in somebody calling you from Ramat Gan. So area and knowledge of language are very important.
And is Hire for Hire open to anyone?
Absolutely. This is not just for new Olim, it could be for old Olim, it could be for Israelis. You get an Israeli that's worked for 30 years and is retired and wants to keep active and earn some extra cash. This is Hire for Hire. It's open to everybody.
It's all in English. The form and the registration is in English, and all the website is actually in English.
The website is in English and in Hebrew. The registration is in English. So it's a very user-friendly website. Very user-friendly.
Well, good luck, Maurice. We certainly think it's a great idea.
Thank you very much.
I'm here today at the Ezra Bookshop on Klausner in Ra'anana. Tell me, how did the Ezra Bookshop actually get started?
About 6 years ago, there was a small pile of books in the corner of the office. We said, how about we do a proper sale of books and start a bookshop?
When someone brings in several bags of books,
yes.
Is there any system of credit where they can take certain books in exchange?
No,
it's
nothing,
total? Okay.
No money goes out. Money comes in, it's donated to the Ezra Project. Nothing, we don't spend any money on books. And we don't need to, because we always have a good supply of books under all categories.
We have here in the bookshop a very eclectic selection of books, unusual books that you won't find in a regular public library. And we get, especially particularly men, come here every week or 2 weeks. They come just to browse amongst the books and find something new, especially in the Jewish section, for instance. Or art or something like that, which they won't find generally everywhere, and it's really special for this bookshop.
Most of the books are 8 shekels, but new books we charge more for.
10, 12,
Like
15, 20.
Well, what you're doing here is giving a lot of people a lot of enjoyment, because there's a lot of people from the Anglo countries that love to read.
Yes.
Thank you for your terrific work, and I know that the Ezra community is extremely appreciative of having this available to us.
Yes.
And thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ezra's second-hand shop in Ra'anana is extremely successful. It helps support many of Ezra's projects, and it seems to have something for everybody.
We're here at Ezra's nearly new shop in Ra'anana, and we're talking with Sarah. And Sarah's going to tell us a little bit about how this shop actually works, who takes advantage, how they get the merchandise. So here's Sarah.
Hello. The nearly new shop runs through donations from the public. Anyone can come to the store and buy. We have all sorts of stuff to buy. We have cooking wear, we have clothing, we have shoes, and the public is welcome to come, and all the proceeds go to Ezra projects. We prefer things that we can use and sell and work. We don't. It's a lot of work to go through things that we have to put into recycling.
I understand that Ezra has other nearly new shops. Do you have any idea of how many there are and where they are?
There's one other in Frasaba.
How many volunteers does it take to run this on any given
We like
day?
to have at least three people per shift.
If someone was interested in volunteering for Ezra, would you recommend that they do this?
Yes, it's not easy. This is a job that you need some strength. It's a lot of on your feet. It's a lot of schlepping from donations from cars. It's a lot of heavy work. So it's not for everyone, but it's fun, and it's keeps you busy, and it's interesting, a lot of the things that we receive, and it's a great bunch of people who volunteer and work here. So I recommend it, but people with some strength, because it's not an easy job.
I want to show you something and have to ask you a couple of questions about it. So stay right here. David, you follow me. Who gave us this?
Don't know. I think somebody maybe that just didn't have space for him at home anymore.
Has anybody expressed interest in this?
We had someone who went home. He went home with someone. A gentleman bought him for his grandchildren. But I think Grandma was not happy with the size.
I can't imagine why.
And he was sent back. So
So he needs to be adopted. Anybody interested? I want a home.
Igor is a delightful little boy from Siberia. He came to Jerusalem's Alyn Hospital recently to take part in a special program that is taking place right now at this world-renowned rehabilitation center.
5-year-old Igor Patlatenko is learning how to negotiate stairs, step by painstaking step. He has cerebral palsy, and until a few weeks ago, he couldn't walk at all. But after just 4 days of intensive therapy at Jerusalem's Alyn Hospital, he took his first steps with the aid of a special walker. Igor is one of 6 children who are in Israel as part of a program that will bring 50 Siberian children to Alyn, a world-renowned paediatric rehabilitation centre. The children will arrive in small groups throughout the year.
We had a lot of questions as to could we handle These children who come from places that we don't know, that do not understand the language, that come from with different expectations.
בעזרת המתורגמנים לנסות ולהבין ולדבר מה יש שמה, מה הם רוצים, איך הם רוצים לקדם את זה, ומול זה את מה שאנחנו יודעים, את הידע שיש לנו פה באלין, מה כדאי שילד כזה ילמד, ירכוש, יתנסה ויעשה.
It's a month since Igor started therapy at Alyn, and his mother Natalia still can't quite believe her son's progress.
Продвижение у нас просто огромное с первого дня. Я была очень рада сюда попасть, рвалась сюда попасть. И как бы мы не знали, что такого лечения, как у нас, нет, но я все равно благодарна. И раз такие продвижения, я просто счастлива.
ברגע שנתנו לו את ההליכון, והוא התחיל להבין מה אנחנו רוצים ממנו, הוא התחיל ללכת. נתנו לו גם אופניים, ולאמא ולילד זה היה בעצם פעם ראשונה שהילד זז בעצמו, לא בזחילה על הרצפה, בעצמו הולך בצורה ישרה וקרובה לגיל שלו לבד.
In their native Siberia, preschool children who aren't mobile remain at home and don't have access to the range of therapy available at Alyn.
Массажи, ЛФК, то, что средств реабилитации у нас таких нет, на которых мы бы могли заниматься, ходить, упражняться.
The entire program is being funded by the Russian government. The Siberian Ministry of Health chose to send the children to Alyn.
И у меня ребенок старается, он чувствует, что может достичь этого, и все силы прилагает к этому, чтобы пойти самому.
אנחנו צריכים להיות מאוד מאוד קונקרטיים ולתת אך ורק את הדברים שאנחנו בטוחים שייתנו לו הצלחה, שאמא ואיגור יצליחו להתמיד ולהתקדם בהם.
Our goal is to show the way, hopefully they will pick up and continue the work there because these children have such tremendous potential. The difference within a few days in their condition is so heartwarming, and it fills the team with such pleasure and gratification. It's unbelievable.
Encouraged by the incredible progress made by the first 6 children on the programme, Alyn Hospital is looking forward to welcoming the next group of young visitors from Siberia.
With just 350 members, the Israel Quilters Association has put Israel on the map, taking an old craft and giving it a uniquely new narrative.
It's a craft that's been around for centuries, a tradition passed down in families, and an art form that is most identified with European and American cultures. So how did this group of Israelis get into quilting?
One day I went to see a girlfriend of mine, and she was making a quilt for her daughter, and I couldn't believe the colours that she was using, and the whole thing just seemed to tell me such a story, and it was so beautiful. I see the fabrics and they just bring joy into my life.
Officially, there are just 350 members of the Israel Quilters Association. Unofficially, hundreds more take part in this traditional craft. Lacking a history of quilting, they're taking this old world craft and transforming it to an updated art form with a very local narrative.
What I've discovered that with the quilt revival of recent years, that many countries which have their own quilting traditions, at the beginning of the new age of quilting, have looked to America and to Europe as a source of inspiration, but gradually they have gone back to their own original quilts. And I think that eventually in Israel that a true Israeli quilt will evolve, which depends on traditions which have been brought to Israel from the diaspora and just living in Israel, which is always exciting.
Many Israeli quilters exhibit abroad, But now they're getting ready for the first ever international group exhibition of Israeli quilts. These are the works that will be shown at the Festival of Quilts, the biggest quilt show in Europe, in August 2012. They all tell the story of the kibbutz, Israel's communal settlements identified with laying the foundations of the country. And it's not just the subject matter, like the kibbutz, that makes a quilt unique and Israeli. Some quilters, like Linda Baron, use only local fabrics and traditions.
This one is called The Lion Has 6 Names. Again, in the Jewish tradition, when lions were part of the landscape once upon a time, in biblical times, the lion has 6 different names, and each one has its own biblical quotation.
Quilts are usually made of top quality imported cotton, which can make it an expensive hobby. But many quilters here are adept at recycling discarded fabric, from silk ties to old jeans.
This is a quilt that I've made for somebody for a wedding gift. These are 7 denim shirts that I cut up.
Every fabric tells a story. Every fabric has its association, whether it's lace or velvet or denim.
Israel may not have a heritage of quilting, but drawing on creativity, imagination and enthusiasm, these quilters are developing a new tradition all of their own, with a unique Israeli flavour.
And now for Vertigo. From international stages to dancing in an abandoned chicken coop, the Vertigo Ecological Arts Village is a unique community.
These are the members of the Vertigo Dance Company, one of Israel's leading dance troupes. The ensemble is internationally acclaimed for its originality and cutting-edge choreography. It's also known for the socially conscious outlook of its founders, life partners Noah Wertheim and Adi Sha'al.
White noise starts with a barcode on the back, and with the barcode that the symbol is, I don't want to be like a doll of the society, trying to tell me what to wear, how to look, what to do, where to go, which one.
So Vertigo's founders set up their own community, one that nurtures art and creativity and engages with the environment. Welcome to the Vertigo Ecological Arts Village, located midway between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem in the Elah Valley.
This combination about art and ecology, or art and environment, this is unique, and we didn't have a model to look at, so we needed to explore it and invent it by ourselves.
And that's how an abandoned chicken coop became a dance studio, one that complements Vertigo's Jerusalem Studio and Dance School. It's built from mud bricks and recycled products, including original slats from the chicken coop. These bedrooms are lit by green electricity. There is no air conditioning, not even for the dancers. Discarded army beds have been turned into showers. A grey water system, compost toilets, and a wind turbine are a model for alternative living. So how does this green lifestyle impact on the dancers?
I think the dancers, it's a side dish, it's the main dish, so they come for being a better dancer and being a part of a good company that they think is good, and learning our language, because Vertigo is not just a dance company. We have a certain language which combines many different techniques of movement and something very spiritual. My physicality, my fire, my movement, my energy did not change. I'm sure my personality is changing because it's a big challenge to work and to live in such a way.
But the challenges of green living have fueled top-quality performances that are enhanced by Vertigo's unconventional approach to life. Like Mana, in which the individual tries to reconnect with himself. Or the company's latest dance, Null, a piece about the role that chance plays in our lives. With upcoming performances in Edinburgh and New York, Vertigo is one of the hottest tickets on the international circuit today. Dance fans and critics everywhere have plenty to be excited about.
I hope you enjoyed the program and you'll be with us again next month. We'd love to hear your feedback, so call us on 09 950 8371. We also have a website which is www.ezra.org.il. Shana Tova to everybody, a happy and peaceful new year.
शामी आने के तले आजा जरी वाले नीले आसमाने के तले आजा आजा जिंदे शामी आने के तले आजा जरी वाले नीले आसमाने के तले
ברכות ברכות לכבוד החג יש מתנות לכל הילדים, יש גם אחת לך, חשבנו שתרצה לקחת. לכבוד ארוחת החג, התבשילים הכי מיוחדים שאתה אוהב, חשבנו שתרצה